What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing set 75386, Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle with 289 pieces and 4 minifigures. This set retails for $39.99 and released on June 1st. It does have Vizsla, Moff Gideon, and then 2 of the Imperial Praetorian Guards. And then on the front of the box, you can see some nice box art. On the top, you can see the actual size for the Moff Gideon minifigure. And then flipping onto the back, you can see some more displays of the set, such as Vizsla standing off against the 2 Praetorian Guards, like he does in the show, as well as being able to close the doors and fire off the laser cannons. Taking a look at the first minifigure in the set, we have a new and updated Vizsla. This one has only slightly different printing, which I believe comes on part of the torso and the build for the minigun, but otherwise that the minifigure is exactly the same. I do believe that this printing on the side of the helmet is also new compared to the other Vizsla, and it all just goes to make a more realistic looking Vizsla to the show. And the minigun design is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. You even have the little orange piece on the side to show that the minigun is overheating as he starts fighting melee against the Praetorian Guards in the show because his minigun overheats. Then taking away his minigun, you can see some of the torso printing underneath. You can see his little printing on the shoulder pads pretty nicely. He does have a black head underneath because we have not seen his face in the show. And then if you take that off, you can see his printing underneath and on the back of his torso. The next minifigure in the set is Moff Gideon, and I believe this minifigure is absolutely fantastic, except for the addition of, or the failure to have a cape. I believe that LEGO could have just included a black cape, and it would have done a ton for the minifigure, as he just kind of looks barren right now. Though the jetpack is a really cool design, and the armor is also insanely good. I love the helmet that he has. It does look really cool. And then underneath, you can see the first face print. And then flipping onto the back, you can see a second one. He also does come with a hairpiece, so that way you can put his hairpiece on if you want to have him without his helmet on. Then he also has some absolutely fantastic torso printing. And the only thing that they could have added is some arm printing. But other than that, the minifigure does look really nice, and the jetpack on the back is really cool. It's made of the jetpack piece and then a second little piece for a 1x1 tile as the little printed part on the back. And then for the final 2 minifigures in the set, we get 2 Praetorian Guards. These are just the exact same Praetorian Guards, but they do have different weapons. That is the only difference between them. Then this one has a little electro staff, and this one over here has the whip kind of thing. But the minifigure is really good. I really like the helmet mold, and it does look like a really good minifigure. I feel like the only thing that LEGO could have done, and definitely would have made a bunch of fans happy, is adding those waist capes, because realistically, that's what they have in the show. Or even if you were to take a cape and put a cape onto the back of the minifigure, I feel like it would have done a ton for the minifigure, as right now, it just feels like it's missing something, although the minifigure does look really good. It does just fail in that one department. Same with Moff Gideon, that LEGO is refusing to put capes and cloth on their minifigures. Even putting just a standard cape cloth on this minifigure, I know it isn't the right color, but it just makes the minifigure look more complete, as this minifigure does have cloth all over their armor in the actual show and stuff. And just without it, it looks a little barren, but I do feel like the minifigure is really good, and cloth is the only thing that I feel like they could have done to make this minifigure better. Another slight issue that I have with this set is that there's only 2 Praetorian Guards in the Mandalorian armor that are given in the set. I feel like for the price point of $40, LEGO could have definitely given a 3rd Praetorian Guard, as we do see 3 Praetorian Guards in the actual show. But I feel like this is where LEGO's going to come in a year and give us a battle pack with these guys, because it just seems like something that LEGO would do is fail to give us the number for an actual set, similar to what they did kind of with some of the ATs, and I think they'll put them in a battle pack for us to go buy, similar to how they kind of did the Sith Troopers, as they were only in Kylo, or you only got one in Kylo Ren Shuttle, and then they released multiple more in a battle pack. But that's another little thing that I have about this set that just doesn't really stand up to what I was kind of hoping. Taking a look at the actual build of the set, though, it is a pretty nicely designed rockwork structure and door. I like what they did with the door because it does create that really cool like arching effect in the door window type thing, and I think it looks pretty nice. Off to the side though, you have a little, I'm not even sure what this is, a light maybe, but then there's also a giant rock piece on the side. This is all just one rock piece. And then flipping over, you can see the little control panel for the door. And with the door, there is a play function where if you lift the door up high enough, there is a little pin back here in the back, which kind of holds it up, if you can see back in there. And then when you like look at the door, you can have the piece, you pull it, and it will push the door up and then let it fall. So you can kind of have the scene where Paz Vizsla shuts the door and lets all the other Mandalorians go, and then hits the side and closes the door so that way the Praetorian guards and Moff Gideon cannot go and follow the other like Mandalorians. So I think that is a really cool play feature that they included into the set and is very accurate to what actually happens in the show. Then you have some stickered pieces up here at the top. Those are just 2 sticker pieces, and I kind of wish that those were printed as, I hate stickers that are long like that because it just makes it difficult to actually line them up. So as you see, like this one over here is pretty slanted compared to the other one, and they just don't line up properly. But then here at the front, you do have a little crate. If you take the top off, you can see a thermal detonator inside, and it just fits nicely onto the little jumper plate right there. Then you have another piece of rock right here to show that it like actually is in a cavern and stuff. And then looking above that, you can see the turret, which does sit up top. You are able to put a minifigure on it. So if I were to take like Moff Gideon, for example, I can just put him nicely on the studs right there and have him firing off the little shooters. And you just press down the little thing right here, and it does fire stud off to like attack the Mandalorians that Moff Gideon is trying to fight. The turret also does have a full 360 degree of motion, so that way you can spin it all around and cover for all angles. And then if you lift up the entire section, you can see it's connected by 3 little studs right here, and underneath there are some more studs for you to keep in there. So it could also double as like a watchtower for someone to be standing up here and keeping guard. But what I like to do is just kind of keep Moff Gideon's hair in there, as it keeps everything kind of together while being separate, and it just covers up really nicely. There's no like gaps or anything, and I think it looks pretty nice. Then looking down, you can see another stickered piece. It is like a control panel saying that there is Moff Gideon's light cruiser, which the Mandalorian stole, right up here. So like it's a nice little addition of a sticker, a little bit hidden, as like this could be a separate little room where Moff Gideon is like secretly watching and telling the Praetorian guards to go attack. There is a little clip here for you to store someone's weapon. So say like you want to have one of the Praetorian guards without their weapon or something, or Moff Gideon or Paz Vizsla drops their weapon, you could store it back there so it doesn't just go tumbling around. And then there is another clip off to the side for part of the little battle pack to connect to. For $40, I definitely feel like LEGO could have included one more Praetorian guard and even expanded this little platform area out on the front out a little bit so that way your minifigures can fit a bit more snugly and not be so crammed in there. But overall, I feel like it is a pretty decent set. If you can find the set on sale, I would definitely take that offer and buy it for a sale price instead of full price, as it does feel like it is lacking a little bit. And I feel like another minifigure would have definitely like pushed it for that $40 price. But that's going to be all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.